Today I wanted to talk about mind, body, spirit, and its importance in creating world peace. And I only put that in quotes because it steps towards that, and I don't know if world peace will ever actually exist, if it ever can exist. I don't know if there is just kind of like a dark and light force that is always going to be present. So that's why I put it in quotes. But I think that it's important that we always strive to attain that, even if it's not possible. It's always important to strive for perfection, I think, to be the best that you can be. And whatever the outcome is, it's a lot further than what it would have been if you didn't strive for the most ideal thing. In order for world peace or any form of peace, even in your community, to exist, it all comes back down to the individual. It has to start inside of ourselves. Yes, ending the wars, that would be amazing. I am very much in support of ending every single war that is persisting right now. I don't think it's right for people to be dying at the hands of other governments just because they're fighting each other for, some bullshit reasons. But anyways, we're not going to go into that. So, ending the wars is a great step towards heading towards world peace, but that will not achieve long-lasting results. Okay, that is a short-term result, and it is a very important short-term result. I don't want to minimize the efforts to end wars or anything like that, because obviously that is very important. People's lives are at stake. That's not going to achieve long-term results. Long-term results for world peace are going to be achieved by each person on the earth finding peace within themselves. I know this sounds like so cliche, blah, 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 but it's true, because the battles that we face within ourselves, they come out. They come out. They come out in a relationship with anger or violence, jealousy. They come out in forms of theft, of rape, of murder. All these things that happen on our streets daily and happen in our own personal relationships, they are occurring because we have wars inside of ourselves. And until we are able to find a peace inside of ourselves, center ourselves, align ourselves, and realize what it feels like to have peace inside of yourself, that's when we will be able to give it to other people, let other people experience peace. We can't tell people this is how you need to be. It has to be something that people experience. So what I really wanted to get into was, if we want to achieve that world peace and we want to find peace within ourselves, we have to attend to three parts of us. We are mind, body, and spirit. That's what I believe, at least. Everybody has their own beliefs, so go off of whatever you need to go off of. But I think that we are these three basic components. That's what makes us alive, or something like this. I'm not sure. And most people, including myself for a very long time, do not attend to those parts of ourselves. We attend to pieces of those. Maybe you're more spiritual and you've grown up religious, so you have a spiritual connection, or maybe you found it on your own. You have a spiritual connection to the earth, so you attend to that. Some people are brilliant thinkers, and they love to learn. They love to study all kinds of things. They love to keep their mind working and growing and trying to absorb new ideas. I've always been very much like that, and I think my mind has been very easy for me to grow and nurture, because it's been something that I love to do. And then we have body. Body, you see a lot of people take care of their bodies. Well, half and half, I guess. There are people that are obsessive with taking care of their body, and they work out all the time, they're super buff, they drink protein shakes and all this stuff. Nothing's wrong with any of that. So when you work out, you're not just working out to look good, which is what a lot of people do. They just work out to look good. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I love to feel good and look good whenever I'm on stage. I want to feel like I look awesome in the clothes that I'm wearing. So I definitely get that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to connect the idea of taking care of your body to your spirit by thinking not only just about what you look like. That is just, something that goes along with it. The main thing is building strength and power within your body. Learning the limits of your body and pushing those boundaries. Learning how to build strength in all different areas of your body, which is really why I personally love yoga, because holding yourself in all of these various positions and learning to breathe through that pain, that really teaches you how to build strength in ways that maybe you wouldn't have normally. And everybody has their own way of building their body, but I think it's important that we do it to build strength and power, not just like how we look, because there's more to us than that. So connect to those two things. I think that's important. Then also we have to connect growing our mind to our spirit as well. So you can meditate, which is a great spiritual connection, which really anytime I feel like my emotions are going insane, I have to sit and I have to meditate. And it might only be 10 minutes of meditation. You might do less than that. I feel like I do a very bare minimum because it is very difficult for me still to meditate for long periods of time. But I am figuring out a different way to work my brain and connecting that to my spirit. Now, I still like to learn and do all of this stuff, but I think that it's important that everything that we do is connected to the spirit in some way, and that we build all of these things, mind, body, and spirit. We build all three of these things, and we nurture them, and we grow them. The reason why that is important is because if we want world peace, if you say that you want world peace to exist, you want to live your life and know that your children are going to be safe running down the streets. You want to live your life knowing that one day you could leave a valuable outside and somebody wouldn't steal it. Now that's going to probably take a really long time before we reach that level of consciousness, if we ever do. As a whole, because there's 7 billion people on the earth. We have to keep that in mind. So there's 7 billion people that have to reach this same sort of consciousness and growth. And not everybody is going to get there, and it's not because they can't. It's just because I don't think it's talked about enough, and I don't think some people, they don't have time because they're working all the time. I think this current society that we live in doesn't exactly set up an environment that allows you to nurture those aspects of yourself. So there's a lot of different factors involved. But if you are paying attention to this, and if you are aware of this, then I think it's important that you start. We start. I'm starting, I'm going to start. I am going to nurture my mind, my body, and my spirit always. And I'm going to treat each of those aspects of myself with the most respect and honor and love. And I still have battles within myself that I face every single day. I am not a perfect human being, and I am not, in this enlightenment stage or whatever. I am learning to be better all the time. And I can feel some of the wars coming out of myself recently. And so I'm really having to center those and learn where they come from and figure out how to get out of that. The only way we can grow consciously is building up those three aspects of ourselves and pushing ourselves past the limits that we create. We create boundaries in our mind about what we're comfortable with and how far we can go. And when we hit the boundary, we want to back away. We want to cry and we want to go back to where it's comfortable and warm. But that's not how we grow. That is not how we grow. We have to fall and we have to feel discomfort in order to grow. That is a part of growth. And if we want world peace, if we want to take steps towards that, if we want one day our children's, however long it takes, to experience a world where there is peace and love, then we have to start now. And it is a very long journey, so don't be discouraged. But there are people out there, we are out there trying to create this change. So, remember that world peace is possible. I think that it's possible to a certain extent. And it is only possible if we take steps now to nurture ourselves and to continue our growth. And we have to push into another level of consciousness, all of us. And we have to be examples of that. We cannot force people to be that way, force people to think that way. We have to show people. So yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that today. And if you guys have any more to add to it, that'd be cool. I love talking about this stuff. So yeah, nurture yourselves.